Samuel had his school of the prophets. He trained his prophets not only in speaking but in instruments. So there should be a minstrel relationship with a voice versus the music, which sets the climate of the prophetic. Elisha was a master prophet. He had his training as well. Well, his school of the prophets. I believe any major prophet or prophetic person needs to acquire a level of training in the prophetic. It's Bible.
You have a book. It's called How to Dominate the Prophetic Realm. Important keys to unlock the prophetic. How do you dominate it? I'm just going right there. How do you dominate? Because really, when I read your bio yesterday, it stood out to me. I've never quite heard it put that way in the term to dominate the prophetic realm.
Well, I believe, like anything that we do, you're a bishop and you want to dominate the spheres of influence that the Lord has given to you. So we know we're affected by what we cannot see. We serve the invisible God. We are affected by the invisible worlds. So I think keys of the prophetic is essential. Jesus was prophetic prior to him coming into the earth. It was prophesied hundreds of years prior to that coming. So how to dominate would be one is training. The book tells you setting the grounds of the prophetic, having an understanding of what is it. Adam in the garden, and God told him to dominate the fields. He wanted him to completely understand that we're not missing what God is speaking, what he's doing among the body of Christ. So when we say dominate, we don't want to miss another season of the timing of God. I believe God has been mystic in his approach. But if we tap into God, he's everywhere at the same time, and he's clear in this day and time what he wants to do with his church. So the book tells you about the realms of God, the third heavens and all of that, where God lives. It tells you about prophetic terminology. I believe we have been bamboozled into church where we say things but we don't really know the meaning of it.
You down my block, bro. Yeah.
We don't know the meaning of it. We say cliches, we don't understand the meaning of it. The book gives you all the terms. I believe that words are coded to the realms of the spirit. If we code the words right, we can tap into the open portals that we have access to simply through terminology. There's a whole chapter on terminology.
Yeah. Do you think that in many cases the prophetic is missed in a lot of our churches? It's a void of, and that the prophetic should be in the local church on a regular basis?
I think the prophetic should be a part of our, what's the fish without water? I think the prophetic is like water to a prophetic person. I believe we all are prophetic beings. We're not aware of it. I believe a church that's void of the prophetic is missing a lifeline. We've been taught in praise. There's 7 levels of praise and all of that. But I believe there's several levels of spirits where God, the mysteries of God, are released, and is released through the prophetic. A church that's void of the prophetic is a church that's being robbed and robbing its people of a supernatural flow of God. So the prophetic, people are healed. I've seen the dead to rise. It's noted in 2009, a gentleman died in my service because of the prophetic atmosphere. He was able to bring a man that was dead for 20 minutes back to life again. We've seen cancer go into reverse. We've seen HIV individuals go into reverse. So we've seen several dynamics, and we have clips that will attest to those testimonies. On the spot, people get healed because of the prophetic realm.
I think we're destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
Yes, sir.
And I think a lot of people don't understand, and so they judge the prophetic. In your book, there's a chapter that says the danger of judging the prophet. Talk about that.
Well, the church world is very mouthy. We say stuff, and we, sometimes we're our worst enemies. If you don't understand a gift, don't criticize it, because I believe blessings are blocked. And I believe we all have some held up situation that we want only God can intervene to release it. I believe as a product of that, some things have not been released to us as individuals because we mouth, individuals who God loves, because we don't really know who God really favors. We all say, I'm highly favored by the Lord, but who is really, God can be partial. He says, Esau I hated, Jacob I loved. So certain people God love, and sometimes we can put our mouth on the one that God really loves.
And can have your breakthrough and deliverance.
Yes, sir. That can have your breakthrough and deliverance, but I believe certain God is a God of personality. Certain individual he really loved. He says, Abraham, my friend. Abraham was one of his ace. Moses had his problems with God, but he says there's no other man like Moses. So I believe sometimes.
David, he said, "That's a man after my own."
Exactly, a man that had his problems, but a man that God loved. So I think and David spoke of touch not, touch on my anointed and do my prophet no harm. I believe we've gotten in trouble with. The book speaks of that, and when we had a table of discussions about men and women of God whom He loved.
I want to talk about. I want to move from the book just for a minute, and those of you that are really sensing on your life the prophetic gift and you don't know how to unlock it, it's a good read. How to Dominate the Prophetic Realm, Antoine, Jasmine, and they can go to
the website is available. We
on
have
the screen right now.
It's on iBooks as well. Then go there and order the book. You can simply go to the website. That's www.choiceim.com and acquire the book and the workbook.
And the workbook. The workbook also, if you're serious about your gift that God has given you, and I think we're in a day and age now that you have to iron sharpens iron. So you have to sharpen your gift. Can't just be a parking lot prophet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we know we have a lot of that.
We got a lot of parking lot prophets. I want to talk about your philanthropy and being an entrepreneur. I mentioned that I was healed from diabetes just from simply changing my lifestyle. Work out 7 days a week. I eat right.
Yes,
you have a boxing camp or place where you train boxers.
Yes, sir.
So you're into a lot of different things.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the versatility, the man of all seasons, the philanthropist, the entrepreneur.
Well, prophets of most time are noted as people out the box. So I would like to think that I'm finessed out of the box because I'm not just restricted to a pulpit. I believe in the pulpit, the gospel of the kingdom have to be preached to the total man. The man that's healthy, the man that's economically sound, the man that has creativity. So we've acquired a gym with professional boxers that I train with them as well to create entertainment. People love to be entertained. We also have a music academy where we train musicians as well. I'm a pianist as well. So I have CDs that are available. That's also on iTunes as well.
Shameless plug. Go ahead.
So that is available. But the need, we pray for a lot of sick people. And when they get healed, but then they go back to the same habits. So that disturbs me. So I wanted to create a health and wellness program.
So not just the spiritual, but the natural.
The natural man can be acquired. We coming out with a water line as well with the high pH intake, all of that, to make sure that people flush all of that. So we have physician assistants on staff with us as well to help. We have vegans on hand that strictly vegetarians there. So we have all of those gamut to help you properly acquire the diet that you need. The flip of that would be it is available for the people I serve as my parishioners. But it's funny, the community at large is stronger than the people in the church.
Of course.
So they want to live longer. So my burden is that the people of God really, he said, I wish above all things you prosper and be in good health. I work out every day. I have workout tools with me and travel with if I can get it. I mean, it's cold here, so I need to do something.
It's going in the bag before anything else goes.
Yes, sir.
Like that too.
Yes, sir. So I've acquired a level. To me, I was a little bit overweight, but I wanted a different way of living. Longevity, is essential for life, and I want to live a long life. So eating properly and weight loss is essential. Working out, rather, is essential.
Again. Look in that camera and say it to him one more time.
Weight loss and eating proper, having a proper diet is essential for longevity.
That's right. Listen, when we come back, I want to talk to him about what's going on in the world, because I believe that a true prophet not just can prophesy, you're going to come out, you're going to be healed, but can tap into what's going on in the world right now. Where are we in history? When we come back, we're talking to Prophet Antoine, Jasmine, and while we're taking a break, how to dominate the prophetic. You got time to go on it. We'll be right back. Good news, good news.
In this feature film presentation, J2 Pictures and Antoine Jasmine Ministries presents The Power of God with Fire, the Carter Experience.
When I seen May, I have never seen before. This is my first time. I really enjoy myself.
When he told me to run around the church, it's like my mind was blank. I really ran outside. I ran around the building like one time. When I came back in, my legs, my mind was just blank. As he was speaking words, it was just moving to my soul. It's like I really saw that picture. Going through my mind before that. Man, I'm getting emotional right now just talking about it. Yeah, I felt it, for real. I felt it.
Today was truly inspirational to see how God came in and He helped all these different people. And for them to say that they had a certain pain, within seconds, God was here and all their pain was wiped away. It had me literally in tears because I could connect to some of the people as He was saying that something was supposed to happen to them. And I could relate back, and it just was truly amazing.
You know, I pretty much haven't even much experience in anything like this except for broadcast television.
Join and be a part of a movement, a mighty move of God. Jasmine displays the prophetic.
Kidney failure, diabetes, and the day Pastor touched me, he prayed for me, and he felt my limbs get stronger. Through my situation, I've been very weak, not very stable on my feet, but through his touch today, I've gained strength in my body.
And I just want to tell everyone that will see this, Prophet Jasmine prophesies over my husband's life for healing. He used a cane coming in. He's been using a cane for 6 months. And Prophetess Jasmine has said that he won't need that cane anymore.
By faith, he walks without a cane. A man that could barely stand up.
You're going to have a prophet in your midst. Oh, my God, my God. Look at him. You've got to stand up. Oh, give the Lord the glory.
Hey, I'm Bishop Greg Davis, host of Good News and also Greg Davis Ministries. As you watch every week, Let the Healing Begin. You know, I want to thank all of you that tell me you watch me across the country. But I want you to share in the most intimate way, and that is, would you help me take the gospel of Jesus Christ across the country by sowing a seed into Greg Davis Ministries so that we can take this gospel. We need equipment. We need more people to help us. We need a staff. So far, it's only a couple of us that's carrying this great burden. There's a P.O. box that's on the screen, and I want you to write it down. Any donation can help, but I want you to partner with me on a monthly basis. I have some partners that send $20 a month. If I could get many of you just to send $20 a month to Let the Healing Begin, Greg Davis Ministries, and help us carry this gospel across the country. It's much needed. There are souls to be saved. There are many more that need to be healed. So won't you take time out right now and partner with me in Greg Davis Ministries as we take this message of Let the Healing Begin across this country. I'm looking for you to support. It's very urgent that you do so. Thank you so much in advance for your support. Information is on the screen. Write down the P.O. box. Tuck in that check. Real soon we're going to be telling you how you can give online. I'll talk to you next time on Let the Healing Begin on Good News with Greg Davis.
How I Did It. Pick up this life-changing book today by Bishop Greg Davis.
Bishop Davis shares his amazing story of dramatic weight loss,
Overcoming Diabetes,
and his new journey to healthy living without surgery, dieting, or medication.
How I Did It. An incredible weight loss story captured in less than 50 pages.
It tells the bishop's testimony of his lifestyle change after being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in April 2010.
In less than 8 months, he lost over 80 pounds and was completely healed of diabetes.
To date, he has lost over 110 pounds and feels phenomenal.
How I Did It by Bishop Davis.
A personal testimony requested by people all over the country.
He did it, and so can you. Order your copy now
on Amazon.com
or send a seed of $25, which includes shipping and handling too.
Greg Davis Ministry, P.O. Box 44072, Detroit, Michigan 48244.
That's Greg Davis Ministry, P.O. Box 44072, Detroit, Michigan 48244.
Welcome back to Good News, and we are, of course, on location at the Hudson Cafe in Detroit. Prophet Antoine M. Jasmine, General Overseer of Choice International Family Outreach Worship Center, Dayton and LaPlace, Louisiana. Choice.
Yes, sir.
That's why I read it on purpose. I wasn't lost. Choice. Why the name Choice?
Well, a few years back, we had a music ministry called Choice. So through that experience of evangelism, music evangelism rather, I decided to spill it over into the church and all the other dynamics, the International School of Music.
So it's a brand.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I believe it makes sense. It's not a historical name, it is something fresh, something different.
Yeah.
So you can always remember. People say, "Where you going?" I'm going by choice.
Oh, that's good. I'm going down Detroit. You box. You're a musician.
Yes, sir.
You're an actor.
Yes, sir.
In case Tyler Perry is just happened to pass by. Or Oprah, Bishop Jakes, even
yes,
now,
yes, sir.
That's what I want to talk about. I had an interview, talked about the 7 mountains, which is entertainment, the arts, music, on and on and on. Now we're seeing reality TV. We're into the reality TV. Mary, Reverend Ron been into it. I love Ron's house. Why at this moment would you say in time that it seems like that the church is more open to the arts and the theater, Bishop Jakes?
Well, I think because historically we have been the systems of religion have boxed us in. We have worshiped God for hours within the same confinement of church, and we have not acquired the level of living. I believe now the saints realize we have NFL players in our congregations, we have NBA players, we have actors, models, we have R&B singers. Everybody won't sing gospel music, but there's a whole debate about that. I believe everyone has something.
That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, yes. People, so I embrace all of them. I have rappers within my congregation. I have boxers, every genre, medical people. It's called the kingdom. So we have to have these diverse mixtures within the kingdom so we can be complete. So I think the church is awakening slowly. We realize that it's okay. God's not upset. He wants us to dominate those spheres of influence to bring the kingdom wherever spheres of influence we're in.
I remember I just saw this clip the other day. I was interviewing Eye on the Lock, and I said, "You go to the movies now?" She said, "Yes, all the time, because for 30-some years I couldn't go."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we're coming out of the box, knowing that it's all
okay.
right to be saved.
It's okay to be saved and enjoy life.
And enjoy it, yeah. Because I come to Essence every year down
yes, sir.
in
Yes, sir.
Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to ask that regular question that most people probably ask when they interview you, what is God saying at this time? But I do want to ask you, where are we? Where are we? Where are we, not as a church, but where are we in time? Are we on schedule? What period are we in? Prophetically speaking, where are we with all this that's going on?
Well, I believe we're in the process of we have a window of opportunity, the church, to really dominate spheres of influence. I believe that's why we're awakening to the fact that we can be in movies, we can be in production. The only key of that would be, don't forget where you come from. Bring back, support the local churches. I have a government, a mentor of mine. He's a bishop, but he's not the bishop as we know. He's affiliated in government. They understand a global shift that's taking place in regards to resources that are made available for the church historically. I believe where we are now, we have a window of opportunity, and we're catching up. There's a shy frustration in the body of Christ because we realize we have been bamboozled in some areas. We have been taken by the enemy, and we have been the enemy of ourselves. I believe our enemy is not the world. We have been the enemy of one another. I believe we awaken to the fact that I need your gift and you need my gift. And I believe together we can dominate the spheres of influence and a window of opportunity before great persecution come upon the church. I believe we're not in that vein yet because we have nothing to be persecuted about. Until you take over industries and networks and dominate government sources. I know I'm a prophet, but I understand I'm not called to be in a government office. I'm called to influence it, to be a consultant to it. You can't buy me. I'm not to be sold. You can't, all of that. But I believe we're in a place now of strategy, plans. I declare 2014 is a year of growth and development. Growth and development. We have to be developed in what we believe God has called us to do. I'm beyond just preaching. I know I'm an entrepreneur. I know I want to affect the boxing arenas and be able to dominate. I want to be able to have stakehold in the health and wellness industry, the entertainment industry, my ecclesiastical responsibility as a prophet to what is holy and set aside for God. Give God what it is, but at the same time affect all spheres of influence, because everybody will not embrace the Jesus from the pulpit. They may embrace the Jesus from in the ring. Yes, sir.
I'm thinking while you're talking, I had a meeting with Bishop Jakes one time, and just kind of, I don't want the wrong time, but one of the things he said to me, and I think this is what you're saying: be everywhere. We need to be everywhere. If we're going to influence the earth, then we have to be everywhere. Because the kingdom is here, there, wherever we are. So is that what you believe?
The kingdom is everywhere. Yeah. I believe it has been hidden for a period of time. Now the kingdom is being released, and it's being released through us and what we're doing. Expertise in every area. Now we have it all, in our, I travel extensively. Just got back from the Bahamas. Shout out to my Bahamas friends. I enjoyed the sun a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
So the Bahamas is a good place. I feel family if I want to get shout out to them. But I believe we'll be an awakening. It's a great awakening to the church because we're frustrated. It appears to be that God has purposely delayed an arrival of blessings, but because He has not released the dynamic of the dominant blessing because we're not prepared. But this is the season of growth and development. I believe this is the time when God will release it to those who have developed themselves and prepared themselves for what He's going to do in this end time.
Develop yourself and prepare yourself. You can't just go. You got to develop. As I listen to you talk, you can tell that you read, that you're reading more than just the Bible. I'm not, that you pick up other things to know what's going on. You have to know. Sons of Issachar, they knew the times and understood what they should do.
Yes,
we got about a minute and 10 seconds. How to dominate the prophetic realm. Who should buy this?
Anyone that has a gift of the prophetic, I encourage you to not only buy the books, but enroll in the school that is available for you as well, the training, which is by me. AMJ School of Prophets is available to give you that ongoing training. It's about a 2-year course. I promise you, when you finish with that course of study, you'll be a bona fide in the prophetic. The books will do you wonders, but that ongoing training and mentorship will be more essential for your training. Anyone called to the prophetic, period, not just a prophet, but those who feel I want to understand it. You may have a husband who's a prophet, you don't understand him, but the books will help you understand your husband or your wife who's prophetic, or your pastor, whomever, who's your area of influence in the prophetic.
Invest in yourself. So you say you call to the prophetic, invest in yourself. The book and the journal, the workbook, do it today. Man, you got to come back.
Yes,
I feel like we ain't even touched it.
Well, just a call away, Bishop.
And then when I come down there, we're going to put some cameras and we're going to sit there and do some things.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Appreciate
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Again, Antoine Jasmine, prophet. Go check him out at his website. Information is on the screen right now. I'm Greg Davis in Detroit, and that's good news. See you next time.
calling all worshipers. It's the 2014 Gospel Heritage Praise and Worship Conference, celebrating 20 years of